So the summer before my mission, I played baseball, and we had a pretty successful team as I was preparing. There was, I believe, 7 members that were players on the team and then 1 coach. And out of 15 or 16 guys, it was actually a pretty good percentage. And it was lots of fun to be able to bond with those guys over, baseball while I was preparing for a mission. And they were all younger than me, so I was kind of like leading the LDS players on the team, I guess. And so we ended up being pretty successful, surprisingly successful, and won a regional tournament, went on to a national tournament, and we won our national tournament. So we went to South Carolina to play in the Big League World Series, the Big League Little League World Series, and we played as Team Canada, and there was just a bunch of teams from all around the world, and at this time I was still like waiting on my call. So I'd been away from home for 2 weeks, and I'd been talking to my dad every single day asking him if my call had come yet, and it hadn't. So it's kind of like whatever, and I asked him the day before they came down to South Carolina to watch us play if my call had gotten there, and he was like, nope, it hasn't gotten here yet. Guess we'll just have to wait till after you get home. I was a little bit bummed about it, but excuse me, just as our first game was starting in that tournament, my parents came up the walkway right by the dugout, and my mom had my mission call in her hand, and I always like to joke that that was the longest baseball game of my life, waiting around for the opportunity to open my call. And being on that stage, on that incredible experience, being in South Carolina, playing baseball, wearing a Team Canada jersey, it was just a huge experience. But I've always found it interesting how my mind was not there for that game. Like, I understood subconsciously, if not consciously, that the mission call was way more important than what was going on at that moment in time. And as soon as the game was over, ran, shook hands, and then I didn't even take my cleats off. I ran off the field so fast, and went up to my mom and grabbed my call and opened it. And it was unbelievable to read that I'd been called as a missionary, and then to read that I would be serving in the Philippines. And just seeing the excitement of my parents, feeling the excitement in my heart, was unbelievable. As I rushed around and I got to share that experience with guys who are now serving missions, I hope that experience had an effect on them. And, for some of them, I know it did. But what was really cool about it was there was a team at the tournament from the Philippines. And so I got to talk to them for a minute, and I had shown a couple of them that I was going to be living in Tacloban, and it was really funny because the reaction was like, oh. And I was kind of like, wait, what do you mean, oh? Like, please explain this to me. But I guess it's such a small part of the world that even, a lot of native Filipinos aren't really aware of that region. And it was kind of funny just to have that. My first taste of my mission was kind of like, oh, this place is so small that even the people from the country don't understand it, and kind of look down on it a little bit. But I'm so grateful for that experience of having them there when I opened my call, having my family there, and just, I don't think I slept that night as I pondered over what it really meant to be able to go and serve.